Let's knit my cool girl wardrobe. If you're new here, last summer I did a series where I crocheted my cool girl summer wardrobe. And I figured now that I'm kind of a knitter, I would take that same series idea and bring it over to knitting. So I want to show off all the cool patterns you can find in knitting and also show that making your own clothes is really the coolest thing you can do in an age where everything is automated and click to purchase and made of plastic. Today we're going to be casting on the Mew top. If you are new here, this is the second time I've cast this on. I didn't like the yarn I chose for the first version, so we are transitioning to something new for the nitty gritty. I did like half of a gauge swatch with a smaller needle size than the pattern recommends, and it's still too big. But if I size down my needles again, like I should to get the proper gauge, I'm gonna need to buy new needles for the ribbing. So I think I'm gonna use the 3.75mm needles, even though I should use something smaller. With that in mind, I think based on the pattern description, I would be a size medium, but because I know my gauge is gonna be big, I'm gonna knit a size small. I'm using Knit Picks Wool of the Andes yarn in shade Winter Night, and then their Aloft yarn in the shade Denim. First, I need to undo the remnants of my gauge swatch, and then I will cast on. I'm using the long tail cast on method here. Now it's time to start our ribbing. The first row is always the most annoying. This is the TikTok video I use every single time I need to remind myself how to join in the round.
One row of ribbing completes.
2 rows of ribbing done. I think I'm gonna work this up into a point where I can see the definition of the ribbing a bit more and then call it a day on this. 3 rows of ribbing. You can see some of the definition start to come in. I just went outside to move my car, hence why my nose is like Rudolph right now. The feels like is 0 degrees. It's freezing, but it inspired me to go downstairs and get some steps in on the treadmill. So I'm gonna bring the knitting with me and we're gonna do that. I finished the day with 11 rows of ribbing and I absolutely love how it's working up. I'm so happy I switched yarns. See you soon for part 2.